Every small town has a story, and we're here to shine a light on the people, places, and moments that make ours unforgettable. Welcome to the Small Town Bold Stories podcast. On today's episode of the podcast, we sat down with Erica Bevel of the Shop Small Society. Many people know Erica from the businesses that she has run and the things that she does in the community, but they may not know the story about how they came to be and what all she does for the community to help small businesses and promote them. I hope you enjoy this episode. Welcome to the podcast, Erica. Thanks so much for coming by. Give us a little bit of background about yourself, introduce yourself, and then we'll kind of get into what we're going to talk about today.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I'm Erica Bevel. I'm with Shop Small Society. A lot of people know me from Hometown Honey Boutique.
Yep.
I had that business for 11 years.
Wow.
We had a brick and mortar starting in 2019. Our first brick and mortar was in downtown Brandenburg, clothing boutique, women's clothing. We also sold children's clothing. We moved to a couple different locations throughout the years, and our most recent location was in the Kroger Plaza.
Okay.
I actually closed that in March. I found that after having 2 young kids, it was pulling me away, like time-wise.
Yeah.
So much time away from my kids, and they're only little once. So I definitely wanted to kind of take away that work and be home with them more.
Sense.
So luckily, we've always had a website from the beginning and can kind of run that online. And I'm kind of just piddling in that a little bit still. Nothing, how it was before. It's just a fun thing I do now.
That's awesome.
And that's kind of how Shop Small Society was born.
Okay. Because you started the other one 11 years ago.
Yes.
And then you've learned a lot in that, I'm sure, that kind of got you to where the Shop Small Society is. So
yeah,
share a little bit about what people don't know, what Shop Small does, and then we'll kind of get into more of the details of it.
Yeah. So Shop Small Society, we host 11 events a year here in Meade County, and those have a purpose to give small businesses a platform to set up, sell their products, gain exposure in the local community, and then it also allows people in the community to get out with their families, have a fun family day with their families,
local businesses and local people.
And just to really build community.
Exactly.
I found that as a small business owner, there wasn't a lot of little events like that to bring people together and to help gain exposure in person at in-person events. So I found that there wasn't anything like that, so I wanted to create that.
That's awesome, though. So you have 11 events, you said, that are all throughout the year.
Yes.
Are they? I guess they're basically like every month, more or less, is kind of the time frame.
So we have Market on Main, and that is downtown by the river at the gazebo, and we run that April through October. So that is a monthly event. And then we do several events over at the fairgrounds. Those are mostly indoor events. Those are our bigger events for fall and Christmas time, where people come out, go Christmas shopping, that kind of thing.
Okay. And all those people are local for the most part?
For the most part. We do have some people that come from Indiana. We have had somebody, a maple syrup company, actually come from Idaho.
To Brandenburg?
Yeah.
How in the world did that happen?
I don't know, but we were happy to have them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
From Idaho?
Yes.
So I guess they just brought maple syrup and sold it?
Yeah.
Wow. That's insane. Wow. I'm blown away by that.
Yeah.
But have they been back, or did they just come once?
They have, yeah. They've been back a couple of times. Yeah.
Okay. So tell us a little bit more about Market on Main and kind of what that looks like for people if they're not familiar with it.
So Market on Main, it's an all outdoor thing. We have our vendors set up tents. They set up their tables. They do their whole setup. And that is a really fun day, especially if the weather's really nice. It's down by the river. It's cooler, and
it's just pretty down there too.
So pretty. And sometimes my vendors actually prefer to set up outside downtown because it's just so pretty down there. With that, we have food trucks that come out. We have Kindled Flame coffee truck that comes out. And then sometimes we collaborate with the Brandenburg Community Yard Sale and other car shows, like other events that are going on. So the Market on Main is in the gazebo area, and then sometimes there'll be other events in the area where the new playground is over there. So I really like when there's other events going on too, because it kind of helps
everybody out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's so much space down there. Like,
yeah.
It's great for everything. So that's the one that runs April through October.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about like the indoor events that you have and when those are typically.
Yeah. So we do the Farm Bureau building, and then we also rent out the Home and Garden building.
Mm-hmm.
We also used to rent out I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's the big building where they have the vendors at the fair.
Like the commercial buildings
yes,
that people can walk
we
through.
used to have that open too. So we used to have, like at one point we had 80 vendors in there, and it was really huge. But we found that building doesn't have heat or air, so we kind of had to cut that out.
That makes sense.
Especially in the winter, December event.
Yeah, it'd be a little cold.
So we usually do the Farm Bureau building and the Home and Garden building, and we have vendors set up. We usually have about 50 small business vendors that come and set up, and that ranges from like soap products, jewelry, boutiques, home decor, all kinds of stuff.
You name it.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So those businesses, how do they find out about you? Like, how do they have to be a member of the society to like be a part of those, or how does that work if they want to get involved? Mostly
they find out about us through social media, and then word of mouth through other vendors. So there's other shows going on. They're like, hey, you should come check out this show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have space for more, or is it pretty well full, or
it's
does
usually
it just depend?
Pretty full.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just reach out, I guess, would probably be the best way to see like if they have space or what it looks like for the upcoming events.
Yep.
So that's one part of it from the event side of things, but there's a lot more that goes into it than just the events that you do, correct?
Yes. So we have the event side and the education side, which is probably one of my favorite parts, because I love to help people and to just throw any education I can at them as far as small business and marketing. That's my favorite thing to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've hosted workshops in the past, online courses. We have an online course specifically for boutique owners to teach somebody step by step how to open a boutique, whether that's a brick and mortar or online. We've had social media.
You've been there and done them both. So you've got a pretty good understanding. Because when you started your business, you were in college working full time.
Yes.
And I would say a lot of people can relate with that, trying to get a business off the ground.
Yeah.
Probably run into that a lot, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I've had students, college age all the way up to elderly.
Really?
Yeah. So there's just all kinds
More than
kinds
you
of
would
people.
just think, I guess, that people, that's awesome. You were mentioning about social media.
Yeah, so we've had a social media workshop before, just little things like that to kind of help people strengthen their knowledge in that area.
So if you had to give people just like a high level, like what are the main things they should be doing when it comes time to open a business? Like, what do you think your top 5 things are?
That's hard.
Putting you on the spot, I know.
Yeah. I think one thing that a lot of people miss is hyping it up before you launch the business. So like giving people sneak peeks and letting people know what's coming. I find that sometimes people just launch a business and they just like start their social media one day, or even open a brick and mortar randomly one day and don't tell anybody about it ahead of time. And they didn't build that hype ahead of time. So whenever they go to launch, whether that's online or at a brick and mortar, barely anybody shows up because they didn't let people know ahead of time. So I think that's one of the biggest things that I see that people forget about doing.
And it's basically free if you're using social media. So why would you not want to do it?
Yeah.
So it just makes sense. It's not like you're having to spend tons of money
to
do it. So what else would you say somebody should do, if, in your experience, that when you work with people when they're starting a business?
Definitely show your face on video and pictures on your business social media. Let the customers know who the person is behind the business and that you're not just, Yeah.
And I think I talk to a lot of people in my business where they know they need to do video of themselves talking or doing whatever, but nobody likes to be on camera.
Mm-hmm.
But you just kind of have to rip the Band-Aid off.
You do.
And then just do it. Has that been your experience too with people?
It's a skill that you have to build, and you kind of just have to show up your first time and look silly and just move on with it. I did live videos through my boutique for many years, and the first time I was on live, my little brother knocked over the tripod. And I was like, well, this is embarrassing. So I kind of just had to
roll with it.
Live video with boutique selling is casual, and people don't care. But
I think that's what people like.
Yes.
When things like that happen, it's relatable.
Yes.
Things happen. Like, nobody's perfect.
Yep. People want to see the relatable.
Exactly. Yep. Like you as a true human being, not just like as a robot that does whatever your job is or whatever your business is. It adds that relatable thing that people want.
Yep.
So that's funny that he knocked the tripod over the first time. Wow. So give us a little information about like how people can get involved, more specifically, like if they're starting a business. Let's say I'm starting a business and I need some help. Yeah. How should they reach out to you? What can you offer them to help that business get off the ground?
So we do have a website that lists all of our services. It's shopsmallsociety.com.
Okay.
And then you can also reach out on Facebook if you have any specific questions. Some of our courses are on the website as well.
Okay.
And then if people are interested in setting up with our events locally, all of the registration forms are on there.
There as well.
Yep.
So those courses, let's say somebody's starting a business, are those kind of pre-recorded and they can kind of watch them at their leisure? Is it one-on-one? What all do you offer there?
So a couple of them are courses that they can kind of watch videos and go on their own time. But as far as like starting a business, I would recommend doing a little bit of one-on-one. Okay. So I do offer like strategy sessions where we can kind of build a plan for them.
So really cater to what they need based on their business, not just like here's a one-page document.
Yeah, because it definitely depends on the business type.
Because it's so different.
Yeah.
So some of those businesses that you've worked with, what are some of those that you've worked with? Are they local businesses that you want to share?
Yes. So I have worked with a lot of boutiques, obviously, because that's my background. I've worked with like handle companies, bakeries, all kinds of stuff, like dog treat companies.
Really?
Yes.
Are they local or like?
Yes, they have been local. A lot of my clients are local. I've had a couple of boutique people from out of state, but the Busy Bee in E-Town, she took my boutique course, and her boutique has really flourished over the years. Wow. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me more about the dog treat company.
The dog treat company. Yes.
Luke would probably like that.
He would. Yeah. So it was actually. She doesn't do it anymore. She's actually passed. She was an elderly lady, and she baked dog treats from her home. Wow. And she needed help with marketing. Mm-hmm. So
back to what you said earlier, people of all ages.
People of all ages.
Help,
yeah.
And you're there to help them.
Yeah.
So what all did you help her with? Like social media?
Social media.
Using that type of stuff?
Yep. Going back to our events that we host, over the years, it's fun to watch somebody start up and set up at our local events and then kind of build up over the years and grow and then eventually open a brick and mortar store. So one of those in particular is J&H Winery. He actually started with us, I don't even know how many years ago, but he sold bourbon barrel decor. Okay. His first show with us, he sold out completely. And then I think he kind of took a break from that a little bit, and then he came back with the winery, which I believe they started last year, but they just opened in Vine Grove, a brick and mortar store. So they've been setting up with us at our events before they even opened, kind of just to get
building that hype a little bit.
Yeah, like building that hype and telling people, hey, we're opening
we've got
shop.
A brick and mortar coming.
Yeah, so it's really cool to see people just start and then grow through that. Start
so small and then grow to brick and mortar. I mean, that's awesome that people can do that. But it's, I think a lot of people think, I don't want people to feel like, well, I've got to have that as the end goal.
Yeah.
Because everybody's journey is different and goals are different.
Absolutely.
So, if you don't want a brick and mortar, that's okay. Yeah. Some businesses, it makes sense not to have brick and mortars. You you've probably seen that with some of the people you work with as well, right?
Yeah. And it definitely depends on the type of person you are too. I enjoyed having a brick and mortar, but at other times I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm somebody that likes to be on the go.
It's hard
And
when you have a brick and mortar.
whenever you have set hours that you have to be there, and then when you get employees, if you have people that call in and stuff like that, like you got to show up.
Yeah.
So I found that like with kiddos, it was a little bit more difficult for me, but it definitely depends on the type of person you are too.
Yeah. And sometimes it just does not make sense to have a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
It just really depends on your business. So, what's some future goals for the society, for yourself and business? Give us some insights there if you don't mind.
Yeah, I would really like to grow our events more. Other than that, I'm kind of in an era of spending time with my kiddos and having goals, but also being present with my family. That's the era that I'm in right now.
And I think that's hard for business owners sometimes.
It is so hard.
I know in my business, you want to pour yourself into it because you want it to be successful in things, but yet you have to take care of yourself at the same time. So you've probably helped people realize like having that balance and learning to say no, as hard as it is sometimes, is what you have to do, right?
Yep. It is hard. And especially with me having a business before I had kids, it was like, okay, with my boutique, that was my first baby. And it was like I poured everything into it and all of my time. And then once I started having children, I was like, oh, that's not my baby. Like these are my babies.
These are my babies.
So it's really cool, but it is definitely difficult, like as an entrepreneur, to kind of take that step back and to find balance sometimes. But I think a lot of people struggle with that.
For sure.
Yeah.
And until you've kind of been there, you don't realize what it is and kind of what you mean, but you've got to have that balance, I feel
Absolutely.
Like. So basically you just need a bigger space to host all these events, it sounds like.
I might.
Okay. Well, who knows what might happen in this area?
Who knows?
Exactly. What else should people know about the society, about yourself?
I think my goal is to just really empower small businesses, whether it's something that someone started in a bedroom or their mom's basement like I did.
That's how you started.
Yep. Or somebody that's been doing it for a while. I just would like to lift them up and let them know that they're not alone in their struggles, and to keep providing that exposure here locally.
Awesome.
And to keep providing our community with.
Yeah, because this community is so unique and how they support local businesses and things. It's like they thrive and they want those. And I think sometimes as a business owner, you don't know how to reach those audiences, but with what you offer with the events and then the other package as well, all that helps people. And it helps our community. Yeah. Because we're so unique with so many unique things here. People sometimes just don't know about it. But to your point earlier, that's why it's good to have that hype.
Yes.
When you're opening a new business. Okay. Give us the website for the business, and then how's the best way to reach you?
So it's shopsmallsociety.com.
Simple enough.
And then they can reach me on Facebook through the Shop Small Society Facebook page.
Okay. And that's for the events or the Shop Small Society itself,
yes.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Erica, for coming on and kind of telling us. I'm excited to see some of the new businesses that you might help bring to our community and grow. And who knows, you might have the whole fairgrounds full with events in the future.
That would be awesome. Thank you.
Thanks so much. So you've got a cool story to tell, something about our community that makes it strong and unique. You have a business. You know someone that has a really cool story about the history of our community or anything else. Well, we want to tell that story on the podcast. So do us a favor and visit smalltownboldstories.com so that we can tell that story next and you get to hear it. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Small Town Bold Stories podcast, brought to you by Next Home Chisholm Realty. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and we'll catch you next time with more bold stories from the heart of our hometowns.